House ain't gonna let him do Ultimate Fighter like they did with freaking Stephan Bonner and all those boys. There's no way.
That's a huge opportunity.
Oh, there's a void there. Yeah, the pendulum's come back, dude.
No, that's what's something we're doing with the reality
exactly.
show that he's basically touching on is obviously, look, especially right now, I told him, hey, the culture right now, like, there's guys that are 5-0 that are getting signed in the UFC. Like, that never happens.
Never. Hilarious.
That doesn't happen. I mean, there's guys now, I'm a UFC fighter, I'm like, man, they wouldn't even have looked at your tape and
not a
sent
chance.
that shit in.
And here's the thing, too. I don't mean to interrupt you. The problem there, too, is those guys that are 5-0, there's some outliers. Like, Bo Nickel could probably
he could probably
beat most guys in top 15. Top 5 would
honestly, I don't know who I would hesitate for him to go against right now.
I agree with 100%.
You know what I mean? Like,
he's an outlier, though.
Yeah, he's a freak.
For the most part, though, these young guys.
If he's not the champ in 2 years, I'd actually be surprised.
Me too.
Yeah.
He's on Food Truck tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite.
Yeah, he's a beast, bro. Yeah, there's no way that.
And my staff.
Anybody that pulls it, like if I was managing anybody at 205, I'm like, all right, we're going to get bigger or smaller because that guy's going to own the division for the next 10 years.
It's going to be a problem. He's a savage. Yeah. But we have him on Food Truck tomorrow. And we've booked a fight. Anthony Smith, he fought some monster. Magomed, he fought some monster and like his ankle fell off. He's supposed to win that fight and then fly out the next day and do Food Truck. But he had to have surgery on his ankle. So you're hoping the fighter wins. We're never doing that again. And I was like, new rule, anybody who's fighting, don't book them on Mondays. MMA's fucking crazy. People's heads fall off. Like, we're not going to do that anymore because it fucks up the show. And then they're like, hey, Bo Nickel wants to come on. I'm like, oh, I absolutely love that guy. Like, but he fights on Thursday or he fights on Tuesday. He's going to fly here on Wednesday. I go, he's fine.
Yeah.
But he's fine. No, he's fine. He's fine. He won't have a scratch on him. Yeah. As long as his legs aren't fatigued, I think he's going to be okay. Yeah.
Broken hand is
he was the one guy I was like, he's fine. I'll risk that. Yeah. There ain't nobody beating him on fucking the Contender Series. It's not happening.
Well, I mean, the guy can roll with Gordon Ryan for 20 minutes before he gets choked. I mean, that's mind-blowing itself. And then wrestling, he's a 3-time national champ. The only reason he's not in the Olympic, going up for the world team was because of David Taylor. So, like, wrestling-wise, like, he's top tier.
Outlier.
Right? And then his first fight right off the bat, he comes out, I'm like, holy shit, that's how he throws hands? I'm like, oh, everybody,
stand-up.
Go ahead, go home. Just go. Yeah. Like, it's done. It's over.
He's the future.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yep, just fine.
Yeah, if he was a stock and we were able to invest in him, I'd
100%. Not even a second.
And I don't say that about any fighters. Usually I'm very
that's MMA. It's crazy.
I tell every fighter that comes in here,
critical.
Like, dude, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Like I told that to Sugar Sean, told that Patty Pimlet. I'm like, it's a fucking marathon, man. Because the guys that win one fight, like, I want to fight the champ, and you're on your first contract, I'm like, dude, it's a marathon. You want to be around long enough to reap all the benefits, but if you sprint through the UFC and you're out in 3 years.
That's actually a problem I have with my daughter. Everybody right off the bat was like, let's make her the youngest UFC champ and put her in there. I'm like, whoa,
yeah,
slow down. Why?
That's because you have experience.
Hold on, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, it ain't going anywhere. You know what I mean? She wants to go wrestle in college. Let her go wrestle in Iowa. Go. Yeah. You want to fight once a year for the next 4 or 5 years? Bless your heart. Thank you. You know what I mean? Like,
because Ed Soares said it best. I remember I was training at Black House with Anderson, Lyoto, and the Nogueira brothers. Like, we're at the Mecca, especially at that time, is Black House, and Brian Ortega's there, and Verdum. Like, it was a great atmosphere. And I got a call to fight someone. Might have been Travis Brown. I was like, god damn, it's an awful matchup for me. He's fucking 6'8". It's not good, man. And I told Ed Soares, I was like, dude, you believe this shit, man? Like, they want me to fight fucking Travis Brown. He goes, what's the problem? I go, what's Travis Brown? He goes, Brendan, I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell every single one of my fighters who want to rush into the UFC. He goes, if you can't beat anybody and say yes to all fights, if you can't find some advantage, you shouldn't be in the UFC. I was like, you're right. He goes, can you imagine that? He goes, you're a football guy, right? He goes, can you imagine if the Chiefs were like, fuck, we're playing the Broncos this weekend? Oh, man, I don't want to do that. He's like, you should be able to beat anybody, man. I was like, you have a good point. But still, I don't want this fight. I'm going to do Colby versus Hamzat.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought would be next.